The three primary steps that we take to prevent corrosion on our products come down to material selection, e-coat, and body sealing. The first, the material selection, different grades of steel are chosen for strength. Then there are the coatings that would be on those materials, and those coatings are there strictly for corrosion protection. The next step is the e-coat process, which is actually a very involved process of physically washing the vehicle body through multiple tanks, taking it through a phosphate process where you're chemically modifying the surface of the material to make it rough. And then there's the e-coat, which is dipping the vehicle into vats of two-component epoxy, not catalyzed because of their combination, but catalyzed via the heat through the bake oven that comes after they've been dipped. So they come back out, they drain, then they go through a high bake. Then you have body sealing, and body sealing is, we call it in the field seam sealing. There's a lot of other sealers that are going on their underbody coatings of PVC. Seams are sealed, then it goes into the paint process. The one you can't see, and it's before the e-coat, is when you're assembling the body, and we've begun to use a lot of adhesives and or weldable seam sealers. Those are in the joints, so they're not visible typically, but they're also providing the sealing out of moisture and air, as well as corrosion protection in and of itself.
Basically, we start with coated steel. The majority of our vehicles are coated steel. Extensive use of phosphate treatments, followed by the e-coat tank. And of course, body seam sealing, flutter foams, all come into play and work in concert to help protect that vehicle. The use of plastics for shields, seals on the side of the body, rubber plugs, all come into play and are critical. Commonly, cavity waxes and undercoatings are not applied on the paint line. We deal usually with two-part urethane or acrylic seam sealers. In particular, many of them are applied as sound deadeners within the wheelhouses and other areas. But primarily when we're looking at undercoats and other products like cavity waxes, they're used in the repair end industry.
When these vehicles are fully assembled in body shop and welded together, once they're fully assembled, they ride through a phosphate wash, which is a full immersion, and then they go through a full immersion priming process to render this color that you see here. This is our current color of our what we call ELPO primer, and it's basically electrostatically applied so that once the vehicle is fully submerged in the tank, and it's literally underwater, if you will, the solution gets inside everywhere and it gets on the outside. What we get is the most ideal coverage of literally every surface of the body structure, and then after it comes out of that, it'll go to like a sealer deck where sealers get applied, and then to a very high temperature bake, some 450 degrees, which is certainly nothing we can do in the body shop business, but it's what we can do in the in-plant setting. So it renders you this coating, which is remarkably resilient to exposure to the elements, is what we like to talk to it as.